Greetings Earth, back with another video. Gonna be giving a continuation on the situation of the world. First of all, I want to thank you, the ruler of the world, that I'm still alive, judging for the threats and everyday stalkers. I just want to point out to you that I disagree with you in many ways, in many points. I think that you shouldn't have done the world and shaped the world the way you did. Right now, what's left for me is like a bunch of stalkers, savages, tribes, workers, strangers, all stalking me 24/7. I know all of that. Sometimes I hesitate to talk about because I don't know what kind of food many people eat, meaning like literally. I'm not a doctor, but I kind of know what the brain, the human brain is capable of. I know how many humans work with each other to thought provoke, thought suggest, to control people's body, to command people's body, to manipulate people's body. I know how the brain functions with as many being bombastic by many information from outsiders, strangers. It's becoming like a childish game of mollies. I don't like to give names because some of them are very good looking women, and it's such a waste that they get involved with the things that they do. Excuse me. But unfortunately, they control real estate, and it's very hard to get them out of the way. What I'm facing now, actually, what we are kind of looking at, it's basically three images of three men. I'm in the middle of it. I can't blame my family, but sometimes human beings, they relate those three images to me, my brother, and my father. My father, they feed the politicians, the cynical political system with my father's in the wrong way, because the man has some talent, but they only feed the others with comedy and nonsense things. Sometimes it's funny, it can be funny, but the only thing I see happening is it's couple breaking up, people getting jealous, and so on. You don't have to go there and kill my father if he's still alive, but I don't talk to the man for several years, but I just want you to know that they are trying to shape a type of tunnels, type of invincible tunnels that is cynical and untouchable. I disagree. Then they go to the third one, which is a mystical type of Satan demon that lives my life, live my present, and it pushes me to search for answers and wander around and wander in the world. Meanwhile, this thing and the rest of most men, corrupted men, they build prostitution, like men crews that will go study other men's wife. They will stay 24/7 other men's wife, to break marriage, to steal companies, to do all types of crimes and nasty things that a human being can produce. They are involved with fights, guns, drugs, corrupted police, bad system, and so on. As I'm getting in that type of age, in that certain age, they are trying to push me through it. In like it's not something that I can avoid much, because one, I got the DNA. Two, I got the rhythm the same. Sometimes we need to move and speak and walk the same way in order to make a buck, not to be called like you're completely 100% loser. So it's difficult. I try to get out whenever I pick up a book. Other people start feeling me. The entire world feels me in an unpleasantable way. Locals feel my bath time, my shit, my excuse me. They feel my body. They try to make marks on me, on my clothes, to relate to my bottom. Even family sometimes tries to push me. I feel and I see family trying to kind of corner me. It's so pathetic how they try to corner me, try to, they show a message that each family has to have a homosexual member on it. They get together against one black sheep, and then all of them are cynical. Then they keep me out of work, out of house, out of marriage, so that I always have to depend on them for their stupid, pathetic gossip of one guy needing help. It's so pathetic. But when I stop to think about that, there is other worlds, there is other universes like United States. For example, United States do not think like Brazilians. It's not the same state of mind. Most Brazilians don't have a state of mind or a stage of mind, nor they have a state of existence. They have cars, they have many cars that they do money washing, they do car washing, they do all types of political corruption, so that someone will go there and then they would appear on medias and try to show off their ugly faces and try to be someone that they are not. All of their courts, law projects and systems are all corrupted, are all procrastinated by usually a fat man, a chubby man that they try to shape a man into a type of a chubby man that all Brazilians will respect as rich man or like a snob. Many of them are very humble, very nice, but they're not. They don't have any mercy towards people like myself. They beg for a worship from me by keeping me without a car or transportation or a job or money. In their little world, they think that I will give up and give my God away and start worship them because cars and all that. There is many ways to so that we can coexist, but many of them do not know the drill, which is it's very detailed and complicated. If I'm in the United States, we will have to talk about documentation. There is ways as well. But then there's public. The public is always looking for some easy money, so they blackmail me. So there is another ways. I could be a witness of the United States and courts and all that, because sometimes I do worry about the lost ones and the abandoned ones, even prostitutes. I think it's not just because she's a prostitute, you can just almost rape her. She doesn't like that, and if she does, she's lying to you. She's just giving up. You should use your own free will, your own manners, and say, no, do you know what? I'm just gonna try to understand this situation, find out how this person wants. I'm gonna pay for it, but I want to pleasure her as well. Don't just like destroy every time you go to a whorehouse. You destroy her, leave her like almost wide open. It's not. She probably could be a lawyer. You do not know. You can get in a situation that you cannot get out. But don't go out killing prostitutes. You don't even know what prostitute means. You don't even know what they are capable of. I've seen it, so that's why I speak. None of my business either, but I do feel sometimes. Changing the subject, talking about the world, I think you're wrong when you feel me. If you're in need and if you need to feel my body, trespass my free will and just like stalk me and harass me like you do 24/7, it's fine if you need it. But if you don't need it, if you're fine, you have a house, cars, money coming in from whatever deal you did with your country, you don't need to be surpassing me. You don't need to be checking me out in the bath and all that. It's none of your business what kind of person I'm gonna shape into it. It's none of your business if you leave my family, my brother, my father's state of mind. That's your problem. I don't leave their state of mind, and I even know those two people. I do not know them. I used to, I don't anymore. I now know that my entire life, my entire youth was lived by these people. These people used to worship me as God, a sleep god. I'm a type of a sleep god. Whatever book that I read and women start stalking me to steal their ideas, and then my new goals to their children or their husbands or their lovers or their criminals. Then they go into borders and then they reach out to the lines of tracks that I'm trying to reach to. Then when they find the final books or whatever character that I'm looking to shape myself into it, they connect to Arabics, and then Arabics go and claim the entire planet and go and sit into the throne that I'm trying to reach into it. Am I trying to be God? Am I trying to be humans king and all that? No, it doesn't work like that. Kingdomship doesn't work like that. In order for you to become a king, you have to be respected from people. But in Brazil and the many parts of the world, they usually break mankind when we are young. They break us or they make marks on us for that very reason. Then most chubby, fat, ogres, all types of monsters of mankind, they live what we are supposed to live. Excuse me. Then they shape women into submissive to them. They start selling things in our name. They sell the entire country, shaping to a website or just a SITE, and then they call that a farm. It's there's a lots of crap that men do that I'm even embarrassed to expose them. As we speak right now, they're all laughing under some tree, doing each other or doing drugs or in some small apartment, smoking, doing cokes together, planning the next thing. It's very difficult for me. Even if I was in the police, I wouldn't go breaking them all apart, because this is another code for them. If you decide to do that, you kill before it happens. The only thing I wanted to happen is to get a connection so that I can get back on track, on my track. Even if I finish all the books that I decide to read or to pursue, I don't think I'm gonna live some Alexander the Great end of it. I don't know. I kind of saw my end, but it doesn't sound very good. So it doesn't seem very good. So I don't know. But I'm just telling you, they're young. Stop trying to shape into my ex-wife. You don't bug me. I just think you're ridiculous. I think you want me. I don't think you want her. I think you want me, all of you. I look in YouTube, all of them has like a feature of my exes. If I think about Asian, they put some bald guy to tease Gina. I don't go Gina. Sometimes I talk to her mentally, but it's kind of like just a glimpse of it. I don't bark in there. I wouldn't do to them what they did to me. Many of them just want a family, so I won't break it, just like you did with me. We are not the same. We don't think the same. You don't have the mercies that I have. You don't have the kindness that I have. I'm not gonna sit here and flirt myself, but what I see is that I could sit here and tell you all about United States, journalists, news. It's funny how I'm in Brazil. I'm not even rich. The whole YouTube is about me. I go like, why can't we make arrangement about that? I'm not that expensive. I know to make 6 figures, it's not easy, but as you speaking about me in my past life all over the place, why don't you pay me? And then I'll help you with it. If it continues, I'm going to start giving real names, so you better stop. What else do I have to tell you? One thing I tell you, what I learned from a psychologist woman is that if you keep telling people what they don't know, they will just come back for more, and then they will think that you are a limited free information giver or something like that. So don't. If you make a deal with someone, either mentally or paperwork or whatever, they're not coming through, stop dealing with them. Deal with somebody else. There is so many people in the world that you can deal with. But the problem is that crime is trying to shape them all of this, trying to shape them as they think, which means trust no one, trust only us. If we betray you, you forgive us. If they betray you, you don't forgive them. So it's just a vagabond way of thinking. So we have to go inside those women and teach them that there is ways, and then make them safe so that when criminals go threat them, they have different doors. Not only prostitutes, but pastors and everyone else that holds the equilibrium, keeps the the nice rhythm in the world. Without pastors and many people there, the world would be already all on fire, which kind of is. But the homework is to do your part. You haven't done your part because you break people from high school to stop studying because you're afraid of them to become something that you won't. Then you boycott all of our goals of life when we're youth, when we're young, when we think clear. Then whenever older start sending us thought suggestions to start a business, crime take our idea and start crime business with our idea. So it's very difficult. So take care. I'll talk to you later. I will try to get back. If you see me, pretend that I'm invisible. If I can help, I will. If I can't, I will just leave the scene without any noise. You can shine as much as you want. I just want to understand when in the hell you got the idea that I care about your sarcasm, your provocations, your threats. I don't know where you get the idea. Take care. I hope God bless you, and let's move on.